Yo. Yeah, we're playing some Tigers today. How's it going? I didn't even realize that Aggro was playing today, or that he was doing a stream today. I just looked at his Discord and saw that he was going live. What's going on, Zidane? Dude, it's all good. We've been, like, live sometimes, live not other times. And there's been a lot of changes to my schedule. I usually would be streaming sooner, but my work is having me stay just a smidge later, and then also on top of that, we have very bad weather outside right now, so doing some last second changes really quick before we get started here. You're working 2 full-time jobs right now? Damn, dude. That's wild. I personally am totally fine. No issues right now. I am just gonna get straight into it though. Still got the work shirt on and everything. That's okay. We're gonna be doing some Tiger Ira. The only changes that I've made going into today is that we are playing Tiger Eye Reflex Blue. Okay, let's see here. Probably this, right? This would be probably I guess that keeps him off of banishing cards. We're just gonna try this and see how it works. It could be wrong, but we'll find out. I like playing Bittering Thorns here, but I also want to swing edge, kind of. Maybe we're just going edge. Seek Vengeance Pass. One of them is McDonald's, or they're going to send you to train for GM. Oh, okay. So that's a good thing. That's pretty awesome. I kind of feel like sending Bittering Thorns here. Or maybe I'm sequencing this turn wrong. Which is totally possible as well. Getting a GM position is pretty cool. Also, we got a very loud kitty cat today, so apologies in advance. She has been screaming a ton. I know, we're talking about you. How have my armories been going? More recently, just kind of okay at best. I was playing a lot of Puffin, as most people probably are aware. And then I went off of Puffin just because it wasn't feeling as good. Swapped over to Ira with the Armory deck release. And I think the Armory deck like completely changes everything about how I was playing Ira before. I really like this hand. We can pretty reasonably get rid of this CNC. Which one's this one? Banishes from Arsenal. I actually kind of don't mind that. Oh, you know what? I forgot to bring in Arcane Barrier. I'm a dummy. This playstyle feels much better. Yeah, I mean, outside of me not bringing in Arcane Barrier in this game, and I'm just now realizing it, yeah, I would say this playstyle is like really good. I should be on AB1 at least. So we have Growl. I kind of want Biting Breeze to be my second card that we play. So we're gonna start on Growl. No AB is like incredibly bad in this matchup. I might just be screwed, and that's just a mistake on my part because I wasn't paying attention to it when we were starting. It's all good though. See, this is where now we just start racing. And we see how fast I can race. Okay, we got a tiger. I'm gonna play the tiger. Like, this is a 4-card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's pretty solid. $15 off of 4 cards. 4 friends going shopping out of town, so I have to stop at the game store. Dude. I'm at the point right now where I'm like questioning whether or not I'm wanting to oh man, Mob Skies right now too. Mob Skies is super good. I mean, we're definitely forced into blocking here. Our hand isn't the greatest. Do I own a Mask of Momentum? I do own a Mask of Momentum. This turn's actually like still kind of okay because we can use Tunic to send Edge for our first attack and then send Sirens. How did he end up making 2 enchants here? Oh, from the Deathly Well, because we both lost life. If only our armories could go as well as your Talishar Marlin games, dude. I feel like Marlin is still a little too far behind right now. I have a local that has been trying to play Marlin. It's just like not working out well for them either. This is a blue 6 for us right now, which is like crazy, crazy good. It'll help with the fact that I was stupid and didn't bring in Arcane Barrier. Do I have both headpieces or just the new one? I only have the new one. I feel like we're looking at a... I feel like this is a creeper's turn. I still want to block here, but I don't know that I want to give the rest of the hand up too much. Yeah, I feel like Marlin just requires so much setup, and there's just like so many times where it's just like it just like doesn't work out. Yeah. I'm getting like eaten alive here because I forgot to bring in AB. Succumb is really bad for us. I also hate that this card just gives an action point and they don't need to use creepers. It's just kind of stupid. We're missing something, yeah. I mean, he's just going to probably take Humble from me. Yeah. Cole. Cole's a little rude, but like not the worst thing in the world for us right now. I'm just going to banish the Vengeance. And his action point is just send that, yeah. I think this game changes like entirely if I'm actually on Arcane Barrier, which is just a silly mistake on my part, but that's fine. And now our Tiger comes in for 2. Sure, dude. They just drew like a hand that didn't do much. Speaking of hands that don't do much. If it's Succumb here, then I'm just going to concede. Okay, it's not. I think we are like insanely far behind at this point. But it's 99% the fact that I don't have AB. I also wonder if it's like more correct to bring in a few D-reacts into this matchup. Like I think I brought in 0. Should probably bring in some. This is a weird block. Yeah. That's why we do not commit the Scar Wraps. It's a hand that doesn't do what we want it to. Okay, but they're taking 1. Okay, so we can technically make this turn better here. We can edge and see if they take it or not, and then throw Whirling Mist Blossom if they choose not to block. Okay, that's pretty good for us, actually. And then now we have 3 into 1 into 5 still set up for us. I think this is like one of the easiest blocks they could ever do. Like, very reasonable block here, in my opinion. Sure. We're pushing damage here. Unfortunately, we are still behind, but we're keeping even. So I don't think the racing is going to work for us here, but it's something. They've got a lot of rune chance. They've got a lot of rune chance. They're just building up to insta-kill me. Okay. That sucks because I really would have liked to have used this. They're at 9. Okay, so the correct play here, because I can't get a tiger, is going to be this, pitch this. We're gonna Iris. I think we're gonna discard the Key Unleashed. Yeah, we're gonna discard the Key Unleashed. Grab a Whirling, send a Whirling. Hi, kitty cat. You screaming for everybody to see? You screaming? You can come over here? Come on. You can come here. Come here. Getting a 2-card block here is insane. But they also just need to send 10 rune chance at me. But little do they know, I've got Sirens. Sirens puts me, I think, out of kill range here. You can call me all you want, bro. That's fine. They have a Deathly Whale. Now they're taking 4. Where you going? You can go in the window. Just go quick. Come on. Go quick. There you go. So this is 6. They can send 2 more, right? So it needs to be this, and I think this. Just say that I'm thinking. Because I could give them, like, these, because I already have the Mist Blossom. I think that is my last one. Gives me a bigger hand. Sure, dude. Four Arcane after this. Is it? Oh, yeah, because of that. Yeah. Never mind. Okay. We're 0-1, but it's literally only because I sideboarded incorrectly. Not 0-12, oh my goodness. But also didn't save my deck list. Cool. Just jumping into the next one. Kano. I think I go first still here. Okay, let's actually sideboard correctly. We want E-Strike. Actually, do we want E-Strike? We want Humble. And we want probably... Because E-Strike's the most playable card from our sideboard here. On AB2. Man, I'm glad we are getting this hand out of the way instantly. I feel like it's probably correct to throw Sirens here, maybe even Humble, just to see if... I mean, they probably just block, but... I guess Sirens gives us a little bit better value, because it's 7. 7 plus 1, so it's an 8, versus this is just a 7, but maybe turns off something they do on their turn. Turn that off. I think it's just send sirens. Yeah. So they take 1. I gain 1. We'll just stack it this way. I'm gonna Kano. Lessons. Pitch 1. Lessons. This is 4. I could AB 2. I don't think it matters because what they're gonna search for costs 2. Yep. Shocking. Okay, we can send this whole hand, but it's probably not good. So I think what we should do is we should start here and see how he goes to the turn. If he's just not blocking, then I'm cool with getting a tiger value. Kind of trying to hold back our blue. I don't know. I mean, we're at 37. I don't think he can combo kill us even with 1 E-pot in play. I think that's kind of bold. But that's 4 value. Now we'll pitch here. We'll see if he blocks. We know that Aether Wildfire is one of these cards. So we know he has at least a red in hand from Lessons, right? Because it's put it on top. Yeah. So we know Aether Wildfire's here. That's fine. He's gonna Striders right now. If he thinks he can kill me from 37 on turn 2, like, that's crazy. But I will allow him to go for it. I just don't see it happening. 1 on top, 0 on bottom. It needs to be like an overflow, probably. This is one of the things that I dislike about playing against Kanos. I feel like they just like go for it super early, and then I'm just left sitting here while they like do their little thing, you know. Pitched Open the Floodgates. To Metacarpus. 0. So it was exactly that. It's Kindle on the top. Sure. Open the Floodgates is the start of it. Guess I'm just gonna die on turn 2. Sick. And I just drew a hand that does nothing. I actually think going E-Strike, draw a card, but is like, I'm probably just effed if I do that. I definitely want to AB... I think I still AB2 because I don't have that great of a hand. And I've just been drawing all reds as well. Like I have 21 blues. I should have a reasonable enough amount to be able to like do something here. We're just gonna go draw a card. I'm impressed at no response to this. Because he should have a window. I do think I arsenal this card still. It's still like a solid enough arsenal. Okay. Sand's doable. Open the floodgates. I mean, I like really kind of want to keep the whirling. I'll AB2 with the whirling though. I can still get a value off of the Siren's discard. Obviously it makes the Vengeance here pretty bad. But this forces a card out of his hand, probably two, because I have Scar Wraps up. And I'm going to present lethal on this turn. I feel like this deck list, like, does what I want it to do pretty well. I'm not sure if there's any, like, major changes that I'm, like, really seeking out with it. But I feel like it's doing a lot of what I want it to do so far. It's the gain resources one. There's a Blazing Aether. So right now we're at, okay. Gaze is playable for him right now, so he's probably gonna gaze, depending on what these cards are. Kindle, of course. I cannot wait for this hero to be gone. Just in general. I can't wait for them to be gone. It's going to be so nice when I just don't have to ever think about playing into Kano ever again. Trying to think what my arsenal is. My arsenal's Vengeance. Okay, A being 2 here. Thinking, because this goes back into his hand, he could just... I want to prevent this from doing as much damage as possible, I'm pretty sure. And because he already spent his legs, he's really gambling on what's coming from the top. So right now we're looking at 2. He could also just block for 3. Or actually, no, he already passed 3 blocks. It's a Crucible. Sure. Okay. Sonic Boom. Okay, that's a pretty good one. I unfortunately can't do anything about that. So right now this takes me to 1. Oh, and that just kills me, right? Yeah, because now this comes in for 5, because it's 2 plus 3 plus... Yeah. Sick. I had a pretty rough start there. Started off on a 0 blue hand into a playable hand into another all red hand. Interesting. So we're at 0-2 on the day, which is always what this deck feels like it does for me when I'm playing on stream. Basilio. Kind of like going second. Definitely like the D-reacts here. Actually, I like Flick Flack, I think, more than Sink Below. And I also like Erase Face's Disruption over the Sirens here. Got some good blocks on the first turn, depending on if they're sending physical versus arcane, right? Could just be that he's just trying to cycle hand. Okay. I mean, this doesn't really do anything, so what's the best hand that I can use here? It's probably Growl into Mauling Key, Arsenal, Flick Flack. Yeah. So just 3 into 6. So this is a 9 off of 3 cards. Pretty bad rate, but again, just like an all red hand, and I don't know if this deck needs 3 more blues, but I don't see a spot where I can reasonably slot in 3 more blues. Maybe there's a world where I can slot in maybe like 1 or 2 more, cut down some of the reds, like Aspect to Tiger Body maybe can go down to like a 2 of. Throw in some blues, maybe. Opponent is in the think tank trying to figure out if they want to block or not. on, opponent. It's just 6 damage. Come on, opponent. Do something. I'm surprised it hasn't marked them AFK. Okay. Where is it? Gotta do that. Not interested in just sitting here. Get into an actual game. If our opponent is in the think tank for that long, over 6 damage with no effect on it, it's like, I just want to play a game. Not this one, I went this one. Well, at least they left. Alright. This is being all sorts of funky. Let's just try and join somebody. Huntsman. I'll go second. I want tempo. We probably mostly fat deck, maybe with like sinks and then also erase faces. No? Oh, he disconnected. I'm not gonna find a game today. I would like to find a game. Come on. I do think that if the blue thing ends up being too much of an issue, like in terms of I'm drawing too many all red hands, I could see myself cutting one aspect of Tiger Body and maybe one mauling key for a couple more blues. Could be solid. I will go first. Okay. I do think this is just a bring in our D-reacts as much as possible. What is not great in this matchup? Probably Sirens still. Could also see a world where, like, I do play some amount of switchboard. This hand has, like, a really, really good setup in it to where we can set up for a Tiger turn on the next turn. Or at least set up maybe Growl. They're running an Act Vengeance. I think this is probably free. It might be super bold, but I don't think that they're going to blow a D-react on it. And then now we can send Edge, send Mauling Key. Yeah, they're just giving me their whole hand. So they might have a pretty similar deck list to us. This is a great hand. If we're able to keep this whole hand, this hand just like goes crazy. We say yes. Seek Vengeance is pretty good. What's the thing that they can go and grab here? Okay, the Ancestral, Scaraps. They have a billion triggers. Oh, you know what they do? They go grab, or I guess they could do that. CNC's pretty good here. I can block here. I block with the 2 Aspect to Tiger Bodies. Thinking. And then, or I can go Vengeance Never Rests, Aspect Tiger Body, and then I still have the turn. I still have like a turn. I still have like something that I'm doing here. Obviously it's a little bit less good because we're not really setting ourselves up for an arsenal here. What I could do is I could growl. Oh no, I don't have a resource. I think it's just growl, tiger. I think it's just send 8 off of 2 cards. Believe it or not, I'm the Arsenalist card. 3. So this is 0, then this is... And he just goes and grabs another 100 wins, right? Another Vengeance card? Okay. I feel like I'm pretty just forced into blocking this. He's actually just gonna pump it if I do it this way. Undo block. Yeah, I have to block 4 on this. My hand can still turn into something here because I can still go growl, tiger for 2, key unleashed for a decent bit. So like I pop, grab tiger, play tiger. So this is 5, 10. We drew some D-reacts. 100 wins, I think we just let hit, and we see he probably goes and grabs a Vengeance card, right? This new version of Katsu is like so hard to navigate, I feel like. I struggle into it quite a bit in terms of knowing what I need to do. I'm gonna mute really quick so she can answer that. So I think we're at the point now where, like, obviously we take a turn off here to block out their whole turn, but I still think it's pretty worth it. Descendant, I mean, they've used, let's see, I've seen 2, 3 Seek Vengeances. I feel like I am pressured into keeping somewhat of a hand here, just because our last turn didn't go our way, and they committed both their headpiece, their chest piece, and their ability to being able to do something. Is this going to say Surging, or is it going to be a Vengeance card? Surging Strike. Okay. I think we still don't care about this. I think we care about whatever is coming after. Kind of think that the Biding Breeze is like the weakest card in our hand. Okay. Oh, they have an Enact Vengeance in Yard? And that's actually a really, really good combination there. Because now I don't get as much value on my turn. I mean, I'm definitely just blocking. I kind of like blocking my armor here. It keeps me, I think, just in the match for a little bit longer, and it prevents them from getting their thing back still. The Seek Vengeance. So the Tiger really just does nothing here. Actually, the Tiger makes my Edge come in for one more. Do I even care? I actually don't think I care. Off chance that he has 2 D-reacts. Has he shown me any? No. We're just sending damage here. Flick-Flack is like crazy. Surging, banished from Ancestral. This doesn't have combo, which means he can't play it, right? Okay. This is 4. I mean, we pass and we just Flick-Flack this. And then we just block 5, right? I don't really want to give him Scar Apps. I could give him Sirens plus Flick-Flack, and then I can still pressure his life total. Or I can give him Scar Apps. If I give him Scar Apps, and then I also Flick-Flack here, it's like still just as good. I pressure his life total pretty heavily here. Obviously, he's not as incentivized to block as much, but this turn's pretty solid. I'm just gonna Tiger Eye. Descendant I just let hit. It's totally fine. Bonds goes and grabs another Vengeance card, I assume. He has another Enact Vengeance, but yeah. Yeah, just pass, take it. Give him 3, pass, block, D-react. And then my turn is growl into Crouching Tiger for 2. He's probably going to save his Scar Wraps, I imagine, for the next... Yeah, he's going to give me a card, and then I Crouching Tiger for 2. That's where the Scar Wraps comes in. Okay. Yep. Pass. Pretty weak hand here overall. I'm just going to have to block 4 this way, make a Tiger. Okay. 2 doesn't kill me, but it was surging, so he would draw a card and it gets go again. I mean, I can just go Tiger into Tiger, right? I can't risk him drawing a card here. CNC. Man, that's tough. I mean, I want to keep enough for this. I don't think... Okay. So if I block... So this is 2. I would take 4. Then my turn's still like crazy good. It's 1 into 3 pitch. Well, he's gonna block the whirling regardless, but it does make him go wider. Or because I'm sending, it would be 1 into 3 into 6, so that's 3 separate attacks. He doesn't have to block the 1, but does have to block the 3. Or if I block 3 here, pitch to this comes in for 4. He has to block, assuming he blocks 2. Oh, well, I actually need to keep my Arsenal card to do that play, now that I'm thinking about it. So, what is my hand if I don't have that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, my hand needs to be playable still. So we can go... give him this. Because he's going to block it out anyways. I take 4, I go to 1. And then my turn is bittering into... my turn's bittering into my sword. Yep. Okay, how many legacy have we seen? We've seen 1 and 2 ancestrals. Okay. He flips Salt the Wound. This is 5. So we can go 1, 2, 3, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My hand that I keep. No, I want to give him as little good cards as I can here. This is really good. So I can go this plus the Sink Below, pitch, this. So this plus Sink Below. I'm not gonna sink. So do this. Because this is 4. He's pretty inclined to block here. This is a close game. This comes in for 2. He gives me a card. This comes in for 5. He has to give me a card, but I think I kill him. Cool. Sequenced everything well at the end there. That was a hard game. The CNC play was really interesting. It was very interesting. Mario. This is the one where I like Humbles into Mario over Sirens just by a smidge. Actually, I think I like it over Mauling Key because setting up the combo is much, much harder. I also like Flick Flack here a little bit more than Sink Below. We're just keeping standard setup here. Could also see a world where I just board into 63 cards and just play slower. See if I leak anything on this first turn. I do gain some life. It's pretty solid. Do I send Growl? Just so I don't IP myself. They take the full 6 and I gain a life. Really good turn 0. And I've got a Flick Flack with a Tiger Body. I've got 2 Flick Flacks with Tiger Bodies. Saver. Hunter's Clave. They have a pretty weak hand here. This has piercing, of course it does. I don't really like keeping this card here, so I think we're totally okay with like just doing this. And then we've got a Flick Flack. Yeah, that's fine. You're still not hitting a marked hero yet. Are you going to Tarantula Toxin me? Turn 1? Okay. Obviously my hand is not the greatest, but we can send Edge, just trying to cycle this Flick Flack back in. Let's banish Arsenal. One into 4 isn't the worst thing here. Obviously it'll not make a Tiger, but ooh, an all yellow hand. I have never seen this happen before. Okay. So we got 3, got a +1 on this. He can discard to make me banish my Arsenal. I am going to give him 3, and then he's going to use the D-react, or the A-react here. Okay, he's not going to. I will still Flick Flack then. Yeah, I could care less now because I don't have an Arsenal card. Needs to be something bigger than this. I just don't think I care. I just say sure. They hit a blue. So they get nothing out of it. My turn. I guess we want to Tunic here, just because of the way that our hand is shaped. Obviously, we're not going to get great value out of this Tiger right now. We can see if he's inclined to block it, but then it just completely neuters our Whirling Mist Blossom. So I kind of think... I actually think I'm going to do it. I know this is only 2. I'm like, he's going to overblock it because he really, really does not want me to draw 2 cards. But that is exactly what I'm looking for here. And then I just get to get a really good Arsenal card here. It works around Codex a little bit. Bonds. I mean, Bonds taking Whirling is annoying. Bonds taking Tiger Eye Reflex is also kind of annoying. I mean, I definitely give him... I think I for sure give him this. Thinking. I think it's just going to be this. I don't want to, like, really overcommit. And with the amount of, like, just degeneracy that this deck can have, it's too hard, because even if I gave them 5 here, like, I can't play around something like this. Although, they still need to do the thing, right? And so we still probably need to see Flick Knives and Black Tech committed here. I do wish that I had a D-React. But, like, all these cards, I've seen 2, so this is my 3rd Tiger Eye. I've seen 1 of these already. Obviously, this is probably going to be his choice. And then I still have, like, there's only 3 of these, there's only 3 of these. Oh. Okay, we're just not going to count that one. Try and get in one more game before 6. See if we can get it going here. An Ira Mirror. I don't mind going first. Definitely possible that we just want to go. Second. Keep tempo. I think that's probably the best thing we could do. Our hand is just like a great turn 0. Getting the natural vengeance combo line is pretty nice. Whelming Gustwave and Sound the Alarm is very interesting here. They're on some spice. So they're just resetting their hand. They're also on Mask of the Pouncing Lynx, where obviously I'm not. It's a decent-ish hand. We don't ever really care about the edge. We care about any on-hits that come after it. So, like this, do we care about them re-equipping? I don't think we do. I think we're okay with them doing that here. Yeah. That aspect of Tiger Body is also just not doing anything for us this turn, and so I don't mind getting rid of it here. 5. I actually like blocking the 6 here, and then being able to send Edge and Act Vengeance. Obviously, again, the Tiger does nothing for us, but we're pretty okay with that. If they block 4 here for some reason, we do not commit the Scar Wraps. Just because I don't want to get blown out by a D-React. Yeah, we're not. Yeah. Call that play from a mile away. Okay, our hand doesn't really do the thing we want it to super well. Ancestral Harmony is also weird. Let's take 1 here. Again, we really just care about any on hits that are coming. Whirling. I mean, I can block a clean 3 here, or just, I'm gonna sink, and they're gonna Scar Wraps it up to 5. Probably should have sunk my Biting Breeze in hindsight. Probably should have done that. We're probably just putting Biting Breeze in Arsenal, but their deck has looked like insanely clunky this whole game. And so I'm interested to see if their follow-up even is anything. Like, it's possible that they just drew like a hand of Ancestral Harmonies or something. I'm pretty okay with them just sending Be Like Water. Probably make it Surging Strike, right? I'm assuming that's what they're trying to do with this deck. No. Yeah, I don't care about any of this damage right now. He can get his Edge back. Sure. I actually do care about it now. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, he's just gonna stop. Alright, well, it's basically 6, and we're just not getting good opponents on on Talishar today. It's alright, though. I think the blue change over to blue Tiger Eye Reflex didn't feel as good as I was anticipating it would. So I'm going to put that back to blue Battlefront Bastion. And then, like I was saying earlier, I think there is a world where there's a world where we maybe cut some of the, actually, hold on, let me pull it up on screen. I think there's a world where we take, there it is. I think there's a world where we take like one Tiger Body out and maybe put in like some utility cards, like maybe one additional blue I could see being a little bit of a help in terms of like trying to make our deck a little bit more consistent. This is like one of the most inconsistent cards in our deck because we need to have a red in front of it, right? And our only red go against are Growl, Biting Breeze, Seek Vengeance here, and Bittering. So we have a little bit of a tough time playing it at times. And then if it's the second chain, the Tiger it makes only ever is really relevant if I've played a Growl or if I've got a Mauling Key or Key Unleashed. And then it's attacking for 0, right? So I could see maybe swapping this down to 2. And then maybe one of the blues that we're playing also goes down to 2. And we just end up playing 2 2-ofs. So it'd be like here. Does us cutting that make anything else weaker? I'd probably say like this is probably one of the weaker spots we've got. And then we just look to our blues and we say, what is going to push us ahead that we don't, or that we lost when we went over to the Tiger version? I'm like half thinking Nip is like halfway decent with the Tigers, and with Whirling, I could see that being a 2-of. Just trying to think of like mostly 3 blocks. I've got a lot of the blues that I like down here. I could also see Pursuit coming back in. Pursuit's obviously like really good into Gravy and also forces out blocks pretty heavily. I think we will go with that for right now. So we'll conditionally put in 2 Pursuits and maybe try that out on Friday. But anyways, thanks for chilling here. I don't know who all is still watching. Had some weird games today, and I wasn't able to stream for as long as I would have liked. But I still appreciate you guys being here. We are probably just going to send a raid, I think. So I can't raid on YouTube, but if you are on YouTube, go check out AgroBlaze96. I'll link his stuff in the chat here in just a second. He's playing some Basilio games, and he's talking about the Pro Tour and his experience there. So definitely go and check him out if you're on the YouTube side. And then on Twitch side, I'm going to attempt to do a raid, but we'll see if that works well or not with me being on Restream. So thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate you being here, and hopefully I'll see you on Friday. Just gotta make sure I got the right Twitch channel for aggro, and then we will be getting going. Let's see here. I also need to make sure he's live. AgroBlaze 96. Sweet. I will see you guys when I see you guys. Have a good time.